Ooh, welcome everyone. This ACC College Football Conference Preview Part 1 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by the SGPN app. Get all of our picks and podcasts for free with the SGPN app.
What's up? It's the most must-see WWE superstar of all time, The Miz, and you are watching SGPN, and it is awesome. Let it ride.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Happy ACC.
ACC. Yes, we got ACC College Football Conference Preview Part 1. We've already knocked out a bunch. Check those other College Football Conference previews out. We got some already in the can, as they say, ready to launch this week. So lot going on. Joining us on the line, host of the College Experience, home to potentially 138 team previews, Colby Dant, aka Pig Dundee. What's happening, Colby?
Good day, mate. Let's talk Atlantic Coast. All coast. I mean,
yeah. Did they go back to Atlantic Coast, or are they sticking with all coast?
it's Atlantic.
Do they
Coast.
even?
I call it all coast. Yeah, but I mean, because that if you've
in there,
yeah, if you've seen the shots of Memorial Stadium in Berkeley, California, you see that ocean that's right behind it. That's not the Atlantic.
Well, they all do kind of connect.
Oceans?
Yeah, I mean,
where does the Atlantic and Pacific connect? I missed that.
I mean, essentially down south of South America.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like it's all the same water.
Okay.
So if you could swim, you could traverse the entire globe, no problem.
I can swim, but yeah, I don't know if I could do the.
Well, like if you're a native to swimming, if you were like a whale and you had the size and stamina, you could swim anywhere in the world you wanted to.
Officially, they meet at Cape Horn, the Atlantic and Pacific. Shout out to Cape Horn.
Love Cape Horn.
Cape Horn needs to get a team.
How's it
down there in
team?
Chile?
Yeah.
They're already going international. Cape Horn down in Chile would be an awesome place for a stadium. Cape Horn, tough
Beautiful
travel
vistas.
spot. They got some penguins floating around.
The penguins are
right near to Antarctica. It's exciting. Taking a look at how we did in the ACC, 8-4 combined on our locks. Kramer and I 3-1 on our locks. Colby though lead overall 11-6 in the win totals with the all coastal. Was in a close second. I was 10-7. So yeah, not dominant, but definitely some winning picks last year. Let's go.
Yeah. Anything changed this year, Colby? Anything we got to talk about?
No.
Nope.
I don't think so. I mean, a couple coaching hires,
still,
right?
Notre Dame still punk ass bitches.
I like them not in a conference. But sure.
I don't like that you like that.
Mm.
Anyway.
Well, we do have Boston College kicking it off.
Oh, look at this.
First, Colby, do you have a song? I heard you previewing a song about Boston College football.
Well, I mean, and our preview's not even out yet, so I mean,
is it, wait,
we gonna debut a song?
Yes.
Sounds Irish.
Welcome to Chestnut Hill. We are Boston College. Come pay homage. Welcome to Chestnut Hill. We are Boston College. Come pay homage.
Some bagpipes.
To the nest of the Eagles, that is Boston College. We the best in the land, do the knowledge quarterback. You, here's the artifacts too. Doug Flutie, Matt Hasselback, Matt Ryan. Yes, Boston College, that time alumni stadium.
Yeah, better. That is a funny list to tout. We got Matt Hasselbeck.
I mean, great history.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been tough years of late, but yeah, and I like that song is
that might be your best hook, Colby.
Well, really, I think I hate that one the most out of all of them. But
it's very well. You know what? That's funny you say that because it does seem like the song's a little all over the place, but it's got a little bit of a poppy hook. That's why I think it's catchy. You know, it hooks you in. That's why you hate it. Also,
Boston College. 7-5 in 2024, but then last year 2-10. Where are we at with the or Kramer?
Well, the odds makers are spitting in their face with a 3.5 win total. Which, Colby, correct me if I'm wrong. Is there a lower power 4 team? Three anyway. Plus 100 to the over. 500 to 1 to win the conference, which that seems impossible. 250 to 1 to make the playoff and 1250 to 1 to win it all. This team is tremendously bad. Not even a football school. They should probably just drop down to FCS, maybe D2 at basketball.
Wow.
Well, are they trying? They're not trying.
I don't think they was as bad as their record. I thought it was just a rough season. You look at it like week 2 at Michigan State, double overtime loss. Then they had a back-to-back away on the farm. It's a bad loss to Stanford, but at the same time, like going way out there, you lose the Cal by 4. You know, we're up a lot of that game. You lose. I thought they played Notre Dame incredibly decent. You know, that game kind of late with that 99-yard run, and then
a hilarious way to describe a game. Incredibly decent. No,
well, I'm with you there. That shit was like a fucking 30-point spread. You know what I mean? Like, so that was that. I think they're better than the record. They should have beat Georgia Tech as well. Those, you know, Notre Dame and Georgia Tech were 2 very good teams a year ago. So like, I tend to think like,
what's up, Trevor?
Everything just went wrong. And Chestnut Bill, I think, I'm a skeptic of. I've always been a little bit of a skeptic of him, but I do think his team was better than the record shows last year. They bring in a Saginaw State. Shout out to Saginaw's and Circa. Saginaw Valley State, Mason McKenzie, D2 transfer that's going to be starting at quarterback. They're very high on him. I'm fascinated by this. And they do not return much on offense, but 3.5 is super fucking low.
Yeah.
And they bring in veteran DC Ted Roof. I mean, how old is Ted Roof? He's got to be in the 70s. I've been watching Ted Roof since I was a fucking child. So it's like that has to be, and then like that came out of fucking left field. That has me a little concerned. However, I just believe they're better than their record last year. So I will take the over on 3.5.
Oh,
they hit the portal hard. Year 3 of Bill O'Brien. They lost Turbo Richard and receiver Reed Harris. Turbo Richard, awesome name for a running back.
He was a beast. He was a beast.
Yeah, minus 103 yards per game in conference play. But yeah, I wouldn't put them in. I don't think they're quite a power bottom. I don't think they're going to be good, But to Colby's point, Bill O'Brien, I think, is a decent job at maximizing talent. I mean, they had some close losses last year. Things break right a little bit for them. 4 seems reasonable. Start at Cincinnati, Rutgers at home, Maine at home, Virginia Tech at home, at SMU. Then they go into the bye. How many wins do they have going into the bye, Colby?
They're a very sanitized home environment. I mean, you're kind of making it sound a little bit better than it is.
What do you mean? I said I didn't say they had a good home environment.
You're just the excitement you're saying these home games with. I'm taking issue with that.
Okay.
Well, like they could be 3-0 out the gate. Like I'm not very high on Cincinnati. I'm not high on Rutgers. They're hosting Rutgers. I would still favor Rutgers, but not by much. By what are we talking? 2? Then they get the Maine Black Bears. Then home to Virginia Tech. Then you get the JFK Bowl in Dallas there at SMU. They'll definitely lose the SMU game. They have a history of knocking off the Hokies, so watch out.
Whoa. Stepping way out of line there.
I'll say 2 and 3, but they very well could be 3 and 2.
So then they got to buy. Then Pitt at home, at Georgia Tech, at Duke. Not the easiest back-to-back road spot. Florida State at home.
Win.
That might be a win. At Notre Dame, Syracuse at home, at Miami. Okay.
Well,
I think they can get to 4. I'm not going to lock this up.
So
but I'll take the
you're gonna. So we're falling for the snake oil salesman that is Bill O'Brien.
I mean, Bill O'Brien is a pretty good record coaching in college
until he lost it.
What do you mean?
Are you sure he has it back?
He had a bad year last year, and things broke wrong. But other than that, 8-4 at Penn State, 7-5, 7-6 at Boston College year 1. I think he's a competent head coach, and he can. I think he can win 4 games in the SEC.
It's a comically low number,
and I don't think they're a power bottom. I think there are.
They are a power bottom though.
Okay.
Colby, would they be in your power bottom right now?
Yes, they would be. In the power
really?
bottom.
Would they be in the top?
You're taking the over on a power bottom?
Would they be in the bottom 5? Would they be in the bottom 5?
No, I don't think.
See,
so.
that to me is a power bottom. You got to be for you to hang the title of power bottom. You got to be bottom 5 of power 5.
Yeah. Do we know who the starter is going to be, Colby?
Quarterback?
Like confirm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I believe. Okay. Yeah. Cause they've Mason McKenzie. Like, I believe they've hyped them up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. All right. I mean, good luck. I'm going to take the under on Boston College, but good luck.
Going over 3.5. Colby's also on the over. Kramer on the under. He was on a lot of unders in the ACC. Hates all these teams.
Yeah. Well, how did I do on the under on Boston College last year? Looks like I was right.
You were.
Looks like I was right.
But things are. It's a bounce back year. It's different this year.
Yeah. No. That's what you would say when you want to rationalize taking the over for Boston College. Next up, actually talk about football teams that actually matter. Clemson with a. I mean, this has to be.
Why isn't California in there?
No.
Come on, Cal.
Did I fuck this up? I think I probably. I think I probably forgot that Cal was in the ACC. To tell you the truth, hang on 1 second here.
No, he didn't.
What are you talking about? I don't. When I think of ACC, I don't think of Cal.
There's 8 slides here. This is ridiculous. Are you sure? Is
it in there? Is it in there?
I mean,
I don't think it's in there.
What would be in here?
Cal, I'm asking for.
What would there's
a Cal slide?
There's
He's
8 of
for
them.
The Cal slide.
I know. I'm just saying. There's somehow. Oh,
right
there
it is.
You double click. Colby was in the right spot.
We both clicked it at the same time.
I didn't click it. I don't click the button. Great looking bear. Shout out to Cal. For some reason. Being the Cal Bears does sound way cooler than the Bruins, even though they both are Bears. Cal coming into the season, coming off a 7-5 decent campaign, as we've discussed on other episodes, that weird home advantage they get because teams have to go across the country has been beneficial at times. 6.5 is the win total this year, -110 each way, 35-1 to win the conference, 22-1 to make the playoff, 750-1 to win it.
I mean, Cal's an interesting team because we liked them last year. The debut of JKS, that quarterback, pretty good quarterback, underrated. They brought in interim head coach Nick Rolovich, who got a lot with not maybe the most talent. They did have 3 close wins. Then they don't bring back Rolovich.
No. He's on the staff. He's their.
He
was actually
the OC.
He was actually super important. He's their quarterback coach and assistant head coach, I believe, because Rolovich's connection with Jaron Kawale, Sagapulete, and Sagapatelli.
Why didn't they let Rolovich keep the head coach job? I thought he did a good job.
Well, I mean, that's a Riverboat Ron thing. I think he wanted a defensive guy because he's a defensive guy. They brought in Tosh Lapoy, who did play at Cal, and he was Oregon's DC and did really well there.
Was the D lineman back in 2005.
Jeff Tedford's team. Yeah. They got some money. First off, JKS could have gone anywhere. I mean, that dude is going to be a first round NFL draft pick. But they're being able to retain him and Rolovich, I think, is huge. Adam Muhammad, the running back they grabbed from Washington, I think is a great get. Ian Strong, the wideout from Rutgers, who I think is pretty good, is a great get. I'm buying in, man. The bunch of Oregon transfers came in as well. The schedule.
The DC came from Oregon.
Yes.
The new head coach was the DC for Oregon. The Cal has money, tough road spot to go to. Obviously, good. I mean, we saw when game day went there. Obviously, they have a nice home edge, and I missed that they were able to keep him. I just saw he wasn't the head coach, Rolovich, so that's good. JKS has an incredibly high ceiling, so kind of fun just to take the over with the idea of like, hey, if this guy elevates his team, which isn't out of the realm of possibility, they have a pretty high ceiling.
His high, I'm seeing his Heisman price is floating around between like 80 and 100 to 1.
Oh yeah, definitely a sprinkle on that, right?
Short, like that's a pretty respectful price. Like there's maybe 24 guys with shorter prices. So
and I'm looking at quick eye test of the schedule. We should walk through it, but it pretty manageable.
Well, that's the thing. Like you look at the schedule, and I think, like, the problem is the conference they play in because their road spots are
road spots are always going to be spots.
Yeah. So like week 1, I think the most interesting game week 1 is Bob Chesney, first year head coach at UCLA, against first year head coach at Cal and Tosh Lapoy. It's in Berkeley, but I guess I would too. I mean, I guess I would favor Cal by a point. That's a very 50-50 game. But then at Syracuse week 2, that's a conference game.
That's tough. Yeah. But then you get Wagner at home, like him there. You get Clemson at home, which
on a Friday night, Clemson going to lose that game.
Who pays for Wagner to go out? Like,
does Cal pay Wagner? I have no idea.
Yeah. Wu-Tang and Cal. But then they're at UNLV. After that, I mean, these games are all winnable, but the travel.
Yeah.
Are like at Syracuse.
Well, UNLV
like,
at least isn't. Yeah, at Syracuse obviously is brutal. At UNLV, that's not a bad trip. Then you got Virginia Tech at home.
Making Virginia Tech homecoming is a choice.
Yeah. Well, you want homecoming to be a game you're going to win.
It's a fucking choice.
James Franklin on the West Coast. Good luck.
They sell soap in Berkeley.
They do. People don't use it.
Yeah.
Wake Forest at home. Love that spot for them. Now this is a brutal back-to-back at SMU and then at NC State. You get the bye. Then you're at UVA, but you finish with Stanford and Pitt at home. So I feel like this team can get to 8 wins, let alone 7.
I mean,
and there is an incredibly high ceiling for this team if JKS makes a leap here, which is definitely possible.
Yeah, I'm on the over. My only hesitation would be like things that you think like at Syracuse, Cal's way more talented, but you're like, I could see Cal losing that game, right? And then like at SMU, at NC State, at Virginia, but there's such a great home advantage because of all the teams going there. Are they going to lose a home game this year? I bet you they lose one.
Well, Stanford's one of their home games, worth noting. So that advantage is gone there. So you're basically talking Clemson and UCLA is one of their home games. So you're basically just talking Clemson, Virginia Tech, Wake Forest, and Pitt in terms of these teams will be traveling in a strange way. Game and the Clemson game is on a Friday for whatever.
Yeah, they're winning
matters.
that game. They're beating Clemson.
Clemson in a down year.
I'm on the over. I mean, honestly, there's not. I know they're not going to go 12-0. I doubt they go 10-2. But I don't think there's a game on the schedule where you can definitively say that's an outright loss.
Also worth noting, Clemson has Miami on deck, I believe, in the game there. So, yeah, I mean, we liked the quarterback situation. We like Rolovich. I think this team's a bowl team. So we're basically just saying, well, at 6.5, can they get that one bonus win? And I'm kind of with Colby. They do have, you have 4 advantage home games in conference, and then you have 3 straight road games, which with the bye stuck in the middle, which is a little bit of a weird one. But I think you have enough other spots where you're going to get a W. Probably need to get 3 out of the first 5. But I think they can do that. So I'll take Cal. And this is, I was starting to look around at some Heisman prices because I'll be in Vegas this weekend. This is one of the dudes I came up with. Just seems like you can blindly bet on the Cal quarterback if there's any sort of hype coming into the year, and might get a delivery. Plus, it'd be nice to see him outshine that nerd Mendoza.
Okay.
All right,
so
I watched the Mendoza clip recently where it's just like, my God, this guy is going to be so fucking annoying before he even plays a snap in the NFL. They're making it seem it's like Peyton Manning on steroids. They're making it seem like the guy's a fucking nuclear physicist. Relax. He has a LinkedIn profile. Clemson.
Who do you hate more right now? People who enjoy country roads or
that's
Fernando Mendoza?
Oh, that's not even close. That's not even close.
Really? Okay.
That's not even close. I mean, the West Virginia fans were coming after me a little bit, so I just wanted to make sure they understood. But it's not even close, Sean. Mendoza is one of the most annoying people we've come across in the NFL in a long time.
I just want everyone to have fun.
I don't think you realize it.
No,
he's the opposite of Shedeur Sanders. And equally annoying to me.
Yeah, I find him to be a huge nerd and a dork, but he hasn't. For some reason, you're consuming way more Mendoza content. I think you're suffering from like they're shoving him down my face, and whatever reason my feed is not
at all.
I can't even barely tell you. I've seen like 2 Mendoza interviews.
I watch a lot of content this time of year, just trying to consume as much of the information that not everyone knows, because this time of year the information is sleeping and lurking because the beat isn't as active, and so yeah, I think the thing with Mendoza is it's a little bit of that like Wemby. It's a little bit of that like this guy can do no wrong. Look at this he's so sharp. Look how smart he is. It's one of these things where it's like, man, good luck.
It is. Look,
I don't like Mendoza.
I know. I'm not saying good luck to you. I'm saying good luck to Mendoza. I don't see a world like that act. Peyton Manning, like the world thinking Peyton Manning is the smartest thing in the world and understanding that that's like football brain talk. Well, okay. Get that. I see the personality of Peyton and how he was able to be a leader in the locker room. I don't buy that this Mendoza act is going to work in an NFL locker room. I think that he's going to be annoying. Unless if he's not successful, he's going to be a very annoying person to be around.
Yeah, I think ultimately they won't care about his personality. If he's helping them win games, then money talks. So if they're winning games, it won't be a problem. But yeah, if he's playing like shit, it's tough to rally your guys. What are you saying, Colby?
I'm on Team Kramer because like this, so shout out to Jared, who I know you guys know. He comes out to Vegas
from
for
Subway?
March Madness.
Oh,
no, he's a Giants fan though. But Jared, who comes out to Vegas every year, who sent me some IUPUI gear because and I was wearing an IUPUI sweatshirt that he sent me while I was in the produce section of a grocery store right after Indiana had won the Natty, and a couple that were in their 60s were across from me like grabbing tomatoes or something, and they saw my sweatshirt and they go, "How about those Hoosiers? Go Hoosiers!" These bozos didn't even realize that it's not Indiana. I was wearing IUPUI, right?
No,
but
wow.
because it was a red sweatshirt.
Idiots.
So, but then they said that guy Mendoza is fantastic and he does it the right way, which I heard as he does it the white way. But
there is a little of that going on.
Oh, dude!
Wait till people find out he's Hispanic.
Yeah, that's the best part. That's the best fucking part, right? And then like my first thought, because they start I didn't even want to correct them. I just let them ride this one out. They're like, you see that speech after the Heisman? He's fantastic, right? If he's a leader in today's future. And in my head, I wanted to be I remember when he beat Stanford at Cal, right before he said, "Love Cal Nation. We're coming back next year. We're going to do it." And then 2 days later he transferred. I was like, where was this character then? Where was this character then? Huh?
Money talks.
Yeah. But I'm with the Kramer where I do feel like we've blown this shit a little bit too much in my opinion.
Yeah. I think, the closing point is, I think it's blown out of proportion because he's being treated like he's like a transcendent number one pick. And I think he's way closer to, I think his season, if he even plays, is going to look a lot closer to Cam Ward last year, which will be not good.
Yeah.
Clemson.
Ryan, before we get to Clemson, shout out to Kalshi. Hey, if you're in one of these ACC states, you can get in. I'm doing the math in my head. Yep, pretty sure all the states the team's playing in the ACC, Kalshi is available. You can get in. Conference winner, very fun to track your trades over there. Get in on the action, over under on the win totals. They got player props. They got combos. Was watching Kramer combo some football. Some World Cup ladders over here. He goes, I'm playing with the combos. These payouts are through the roof. So again,
they were through the roof. Unfortunately, some of these teams didn't cooperate.
Well, hey, but at the end of the day, it's about getting the best price and having access to it, which Kalshi does a great job of getting you to get action. Use a promo code SGPN, get $10 in your account if you're a new trader. That's Kalshi, promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Circa. Shout out to Circa. Just texting with our boy Derek Stevens. Ryan, he's very excited for football season. He texted
Dare
us.
I say horny?
The guy is horny for football. And honestly, what other casino owners do you know are pull
back the curtain. He texted us a winning slot machine.
Someone
hit
the NFL slot machine for the Browns for $144,000, and he texted us a screenshot. Derek loves to see people win money. Honestly, and I don't know the mechanics of it because I think a lot of those mega payouts, the machines actually pay out. Whatever it is, even if it's a sports bet. Derek is excited to see people win, and it's just a great place to sweat out sports. Love Circuit Sports. The contests, I mean, it is become a phenomenon.
I remember not to derail, but another quick story. I remember when CJ had freshly placed an 8-leg pleaser to win $150,000, and immediately showed Derek, and Derek was. pig and shit? Is that like he rolling around like a pig and shit? Love the bet so much.
20 million guaranteed, and then we got the contest weekend. Come out, hang out with us, August 27th through the 29th, and Colby will be there. Moneyline Mac, the coonskin cap will be there. College Football Week 0 will be there, and of course, sign up for the contest. Use our proxy to sign up. Footballcontest.com. Promo code SGPN, get you $50 off your proxy fees, and SGP 15 for contest weekend, 15% off your stay. But I think that's good for any time between now and, don't quote me on it, but you can use that promo code SGP 15 anytime you're going out to the Circa right now, and check them out. Come say hi. Great time, Circa Sports. Let's go.
Clemson. 7-5 last year, which very down year for them. This is the lowest win total I can remember since we've been doing college football previews. I want to say 7.5 minus 130 to the over this year, plus 110 to the under, 14-1 to win the conference, 7-1 to make the playoff, 225-1 to win the national championship. Also, probably the longest price we've seen there in over a decade, maybe longer. Colby, what's going on with Clemson this year? Is Dabo having an identity crisis?
No, he's actually reconnecting with Chad Morris, his old OC when they won some natties. So he's back. Dad of Chandler Morris, used to coach at SMU in Arkansas. A lot of people are out on Dabo this year, but Christopher Vezina is the new quarterback there. And look, I like to bet on Dabo when the odds are stacked against him. I think last year was kind of crazy because when you saw how many players got drafted from Clemson in the first couple rounds, you're like, how the fuck were they not better? Right. But I do think, they had Lincoln Riley's brother, Garrett Riley, as the OC, and for whatever reason, that just was not working. He's now at Missouri. Chad Morris comes in. I think there'll be a bigger emphasis on running the football, and I think they'll be more successful for it. And it's the ACC, so every game is winnable. I mean, they opened up the season at LSU.
I mean, in some ways, they're due for some positive regression. They were plus 66 yards per game in conference play, but only 4-4. That's usually a pretty good indicator. Colby, what do you make of?
Also, what Colby said, the regression indicator of they had a lot of talent that somehow the sum of the parts was massively lower than the total there. So
and historically they've been awesome at home. You take last year out, the previous 9 years, 56-5 at home. What do you make of Christopher Vezina? And they
started one game. He started. Yeah, I mean the 3-0 lineman. That's one thing that kind of fell off too over the years. But we'll see if Chad Morris establishes just a certain. I do feel like they had gotten a little finesse, and when Clemson was nasty, they were not finesse.
Yeah. They dominated the line.
I still think this might be a blessing in disguise that they got Chad Morris. At first, I know Arkansas fans were having fun with it because he was terrible at Arkansas as a head coach, but when he was with Dabo, and part of me, it's weird. I used to hate Dabo, but part of me appreciates him in this day and age, where he's like. He actually lets the players that grow up through his program.
Yeah.
He's stubborn as fuck. He's like, no, we're not getting a transfer quarterback. He's our quarterback. He's played for 2 years as a backup, practices with us. He's earned the spot as a quarterback. And in a day and age where I feel like culture is kind of non-existent for a lot of programs, I think Clemson still does have good culture. Give me the over.
Where are you at? Yeah, the schedule's my instinct is to take over, but looking at the schedule,
run down the schedule.
There's some spots they could trip up.
Well, I mean, out the gate, how about the fact that they play at LSU week 1? And what Kramer, I believe LSU is like a touchdown favorite, right? Can you pull that up?
Yeah, give me a second.
I think they're like a touchdown favorite, but I kind of like Dabo as a dog against Kiffin.
Then
Then home to Georgia Southern, Clay Helton, and then home to Chapel Bill.
Oh my God, Clemson's catching 11.5 points.
Oh
It's
my
plus
God,
360.
sprinkle the fucking money line. Let's go.
Fifth year quarterback.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
But then this is not an easy stretch. You got to go at Cal. Night
yeah, I
game.
got them losing that.
Then Miami at home.
They can get Miami. Who the fuck is Miami?
And I just wanted to highlight something about what Colby was saying with the offense. So when Morris was there back in the from 2011 to 20, well, I have the 2011 through 2013 seasons. He might have one more season after that, but they scored 33.6 points per game, good for 24th in the country. Then they scored 41 points per game, good for 6th in the country. Then they scored 40 points a game, good for 8th in the country. During that kind of mini Clemson peak. So to that point of this, you have this quarterback that's been lurking around the Dabo system, which, who knows? This is his Instagram. He randomly has a picture of Walmart. I do know that. I thought that was a little odd. I didn't quite understand that, but yeah, I mean, I think that Colby, the part that Colby got right is that, I mean, this team has forever been the hunted. Now they are not the hunted. And even in their bad year, they would have been flirting with the over here. So it just seems like,
after the bye, Charleston Southern at home, obviously very winnable. Virginia Tech at home,
another homecoming choice. This is interesting. James Franklin has a lot of bulletin board material
at Florida State, at Syracuse, which is not the easiest on the back.
That's a crazy back-to-back.
Georgia Tech at home, which will be interesting. We'll talk about them later. No Haynes King at Duke. Also interesting. They lost a bunch of guys, and then South Carolina at home. I feel like a lot of overs to start, but I like some unders coming up, so I'll take the over. So
just for some reference points to see how down the market is on them, Miami is a 7-point road favorite in Clemson. You got to be Colby. We should just take all of these lines ahead of. It's a pick 'em against Florida State at Florida State.
Norvell's not even going to be there by then.
What are we talking about?
Seat's pretty hot for Norvell.
I mean, to your point too. I definitely like the idea of taking them as a dog early against LSU. I don't like that they're one of the teams that have to travel out to Cal, but getting that game earlier,
they're going to lose that Cal. I think.
Getting that game earlier is good, but I mean, I certainly, but I mean, to what you said, there's a version of that where they have the ability to start hot, even a 4-1 potentially.
I think Tom Allen was defensive coordinator last year 1. Tom Allen, who was the head coach at Indiana before Cignetti, had some decent seasons at Indiana pre-Cignetti. I think he's a really good defensive coordinator, but he is one of these guys that I do believe it takes a little bit of time to get what he preaches. So that might have been a little bit of their problem a year ago. Now it's another year in his system. I like the staff when I think about it. And the continuity. So let's go. Give me the over.
And I'd say go back and watch some of those Clemson teams. Colby's right to say this was the best offense that they had in all the years. I'd also point out that if you're a Phil Steele guy, just let it be known he obviously is buddies with Dabo. Like there's some coaches he's buddies with, but you could tell he's very bullish on. Felt kind of came through. Anyway, we're all on the over. Is this feels lock potential. Are we playing the conference at 14-1? Right.
I mean, it is the ACC.
Yeah. Like what?
And they haven't released their tiebreakers yet, because remember last year, fucking 17.
We'll talk 17. About
yeah.
Well, they tried so hard to make sure they could cheat, and they still shit all over themselves in the end by sending the wrong teams to the championship game. All right, Duke. Speaking of which, next up, they're coming off a 7-5 season. Speaking of the log jam. 5.5 is the win total. -130 to the over, +110 to the under. 60-1 to win the conference. 40-1 to make the playoff. 1250 to 1 to win it all. Manny Diaz, Colby, how we feeling?
Great season last year. Won the conference.
Yeah, I mean, to me, last year was just like literally everything broke right. The tiebreaker fell their way. They were minus 18 in yards per game in ACC play and won the conference. Then you lose Darian Menza and Cooper Barkate to Miami. Miami just comes into your house and steals your best quarterback.
That was such a scumbag move too. I mean, because like for Mensa to do that, it was the last day of the portal, so Duke didn't have the opportunity to go really get someone.
That's the handicap.
Now it's a little bit of karma because Duke stole Mensa from Tulane, but it wasn't like in the 13th hour. That Miami was true fucking. I mean, it makes it quite hilarious because there's the history of Manny Diaz being Miami's former coach, but then the fact they raid the ACC champs team, like at 10:00 at night before the portal closes. They settle with Walker Egan, who's been on the show, boys. Yes, Walker Egan, quarterback of San Jose State, transfers in. He needs to stay healthy though. He has had a problem getting dinged up. But Nate Shepard's back at the running back spot. I still like Jaden Moore at the wide receiver spot. The biggest thing to me is the O-line took a major hit. With like some of their best guys leaving, and like Wesley Williams on the defensive side of the ball, and Terry Moore and shit. They lost a lot on the defensive side of the ball, but that's Manny Diaz's forte. 5.5 is the win projection there. Yeah. What's up?
They're in trouble. I'm just saying this is a troubling situation and a troubling schedule. I think they can lose a lot of games on this schedule.
I think they probably could be 3-1 at the first bye. Can they ride that momentum after that? Is the question.
Six Power 4 road games. 6 Power 4 road games.
Yeah. So Tulane at home, at Illinois. That's brutal. Stanford at home. William and Mary Tribe.
Can they get William and Mary this year?
Mike London keeps a good squad, guys.
Then they have a bye. Then they're at Georgia Tech, at Bobby Dodd. Then you got UNC at home, at UVA, Boston College at home. Obviously that's winnable. At NC State, at Miami, back-to-back road spot in Miami. They will certainly have revenge on the mind, but then Clemson at home and then at Wake. I don't know if they can get to 6 wins.
Now it should be mentioned that 2 of those road games are like at Raleigh and at Winston-Salem. Those are like nothing.
Yeah, but they're not. Duke doesn't like travel and take over a stadium. Like not even at Wake Forest.
I understand that, but it's not like Wake Forest will be lit. NC State will be lit. I think I got them right on the number. I see how they can.
Where are you getting 6 wins, Colby? Come on.
I think they're going to start off 3-1. I think they're going to beat Tulane, Stanford, and William and Mary.
Fine.
Right? They're going to lose at Georgia Tech. So I got them 3-2. Take it on North Carolina. That's a fucking rivalry game, dude. I have no idea who's going to win that game. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
No idea. Like
flip.
50-50. But at Virginia, I think they're very live in that game. I think Virginia regression is due.
Okay, another coin flip. That's a win.
They could win UNC, Virginia, and Boston College and cash the over right then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under. I mean, just there's too many other. I'm high on other teams. It's as simple as that.
I would go as far to say, Colby, if they don't win those 3 games, if they don't win 3 games coming out of the bye in those first 4,
Wake to end the season.
This is an easy under. This is one of I don't know what it is. And also Manny Diaz, pussy.
Okay.
I mean, you got punked like that by your old school. Enemies. What do you mean?
Well, that's a problem.
I root against.
Kramer's going to be under everyone.
What do you mean? I got 2 overs on her. I'm very balanced right now. This is ridiculous. I'm being
Colby's
attacked.
starting 4 overs.
My fucking character here.
I think they go 6-6.
It's possible.
And Colby's the problem here. He's, he's getting the red stick out. I forget which conference that rivalry's in, but he's got it out right now. Florida State, couple years removed from an undefeated season, aka Saudi Arabia State. Apologies, Colby. I forgot you're the artiste.
Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. Get yourself a Saudi Arabia State t-shirt.
Yeah, they are available in the store
on promo right now. USA.
Yeah. use that promo code. Florida State 7 total wins, and Colby, it's almost unbelievable. 3 conference wins for Florida State over the last 2 seasons. They're now sitting at 6.5 plus 135 to the over, minus 160 to the under, 35 to win the conference, 35 to 1 to win the conference, 19 to 1 to make the playoff, and 600 to 1 to win the national championship. This team, Colby, is firing the coach. I don't know if you heard it earlier in the episode.
Hot seat.
Norvell might not have the job.
He's not making it. He's not making it.
Now, if you want to look at the regression stuff, they were 3-5 in ACC play, in spite of being plus 76 yards per game. Their D line got raided in the portal.
Yeah, that's
tough schedule. And Norvell's on the hot seat.
They're getting treated like a mid-major in the portal.
Well, they settled with Ashton Daniels at the quarterback spot. He was a backup at Auburn. It was once started at Stanford for a couple of years. I mean, I guess if you're looking for they still have Deuce Robinson. He's a very good wide receiver, but the schedules, I actually think this is probably the hardest schedule in the conference. They start out week 0 with New Mexico State. That is a win. But after that, Labor Day, Monday Night Football, SMU, Florida State. SMU is going to win that game. SMU is better than Florida State. Just flat out. Jennings is back. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Maybe the home environment. I don't know. Can Norvell have some magic? I can't get there. Give me SMU to get them. Then you got a bye week. You're at Alabama, and you beat the shit out of Alabama last year. And that's another thing. Gus Malzahn's gone too. He retired as OC. So Tim Harris, new OC. All
right.
Yeah. So I got them 1-2. Then they take on Central Arkansas. They'll win that 2-2. Virginia at home. Remember that was the greatest field storm ever last year. I'll even be willing to give them this, even though I think it's kind of 50-50, but because it's in Tallahassee, revenge from last year, 3-2. Then this stretch right here at Louisville, at Miami, who I think are probably the 2 best teams in the conference, or at least preseason wise.
This is a crazy schedule.
Yeah, they're losing both of those. They get a bye week, then they're home to Clemson. I think that bye week, by the way, that's the second bye week. Traditionally, that's when a lot of stuff lowers. I would assume they buy him out then, but even if so, I still think they lose to Clemson. Then they're at Boston College in November in Boston. These Florida boys with no coach. I think they lose that, and then they're at Pitt with cold as fuck in November.
Back to back, short week, Narduzzi November. Good luck.
And I think by this point, Florida State's got a history of quitting. So NC State when they come to town, Florida. I mean, look at how many of these teams won more than 7 games last year? I think every team except New Mexico State and
Central Arkansas.
Well, exclude the FCS. They might have in the FCS.
This is an insanely hard schedule.
Yeah. Boston College. To me, it's like Boston College and New Mexico State and Central Arkansas are the only teams that did not.
They got 5 winnable games. Maybe they're not getting to 7. No chance they get to 7.
No.
We should just put all our money together and bet that they don't make the playoff. They're not making the playoff.
And just everything there
minus
stinks.
2,900.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything there stinks. They wanted to fire Norvell last year, but because Alabama almost hired him instead of DeBoer, Florida State spent money to take his contract through the fucking roof. Right. Then they have, so they're locked into this. They wanted to fire him last year. They're broke. So they're stuck with him. I do think this bought them time to get money together. And obviously it lowers the buyout, but I think he's a dead man walking.
All right.
I don't even think he's probably the first coach fired.
I want to ask, well, cause as you know, I like to look at the money. I'm going to ask both of you. As of February 25th of this year, per an article on a local ESPN radio station site, so it seems valid. What is the number in millions of the Florida State athletic program's debt? In millions, how much is Florida State athletics in
175 million.
175 million. Colby?
220.
The answer, had I told you that they were $17 million in debt in the year 2021, would you change your guess? They were $17 million in debt 5 years ago.
35 million.
35 million. Colby, do you want to keep your guess the same?
60 million.
I tricked you. The number's $437 million. They're somehow in debt, and 100% they only kept him because they saved $10.24 million by not firing him last year. They save another $10.24 million by saving him or not firing him this season. I don't think he's going to get fired, Colby. I think they're in a tight spot and they don't got the cash.
Why are we podcasting? We got to get one of these buyouts,
dude. I think about that all the time, especially like these college football buyouts are insane. And then they have the nerve, these fucking coaches and ADs, and to get up there and say, Congress, we need help, right?
So,
the spending is ridiculous. How are we supposed to match, what Tony Campbell's doing at Texas Tech?
His buyout is so they avoided a $58.4 million buyout by not firing him last year. This year it will be $46.72 million if they want to fire him. And his buyout includes a clause where the 80% of that has to be paid in that calendar year. So you can't even like finance it over time. We're going to look back in 50 years. They're going to look back at this time in college football as the reason some states are impoverished. It's
sorry, can't build any roads. We're paying Mike. They shouldn't name.
They've spent $400 million.
This is the Mike Norvell pothole because his buyout is fun.
Everyone always brings up A&M, and because they paid $70 million for Jimbo not to coach, but at least A&M has the money. You know what I mean?
Money.
Like
oil people have money. You can't tell me the Florida State athletics program has gone $420 million in the hole in 5 years, Sean.
LSU is another one that
in the last 2 years they have 3 conference wins. It's a joke. Under.
Yeah.
Georgia, was that too biased? Georgia Tech. Also 6.5 plus 105 to the over, minus 125 to the under, 35-1 to win the conference, 19-1 to make the playoff, and 500-1 to win it all. Basically the same odds as Florida State. I'm going to say that this is a slightly better team than Florida State.
I don't know. They lost a bunch of guys. Obviously, no Haynes King, their quarterback,
who's their coach,
who is awesome.
We like Brent Key.
Brent Key is a good head coach, but they lost 8 of their top 11 tacklers. They still have Justice Haynes and Malachi Hosley, running backs there.
And
they also lost their OC Buster Faulkner.
Who is Faulkner? He's a beast. He's at Florida. Great hire by Florida. But Faulkner. They have Alberto Mendoza. Yes, more Mendoza talk.
So I mean, there's a reason I'm mad on this team. Although I feel like I watched an interview with him. He seems pretty annoyed with his brother too. So maybe I can relate with him.
This is the good one.
You're making a mistake. I'm buying in.
No, that's what I'm saying. He seems annoyed that like his brother is like, everyone thinks his brother is this like perfect prospect. And like, he has to, he essentially has to go blaze his own path. It's got to be so annoying to be Fernando Mendoza's younger brother.
Dude,
I hate Georgia Tech though.
I
like Georgia Tech. I like their head coach. I feel like he's been good to us. I feel like we've been on him previous years. We were on him last year on the over. That was one of our better hits there. I'm a little nervous about the schedule. Colby, walk through the schedule. Try and talk me into Georgia Tech here.
Well, Brent Key is a former offensive lineman who played at Georgia Tech. So this is, and trust me, at media days, I made the mistake of,
oh, here we go.
Falling in love.
No. I actually, it was actually kind of, I feel like he didn't really like me.
Wait, we got to dig deeper. Why don't you think he liked you?
Well, I was talking to Haynes King and there was a presentation that, there's 2 rooms. There's a room where like ESPN's broadcasting and the coach gets up and then his captain gets up offensively and defensively and they answer questions to the media. I ask a question and I basically recite Haynes King's stats against Georgia the year before, and like a moron because he had like 30 carries for like 200 yards or something and 3 touchdowns. So I said, clearly you were a dog. Brent Key did not enjoy. I didn't even catch the reference there of like, oh shit,
that's right.
You know, I'm saying he's
We're
Georgia.
not dogs.
Yeah, dude, he let it know. He cut me off and he was just like, and then when I got to interview him in the room,
wow, that's
when I got to interview the coach in the room, he reminded me that, and it was like, he's like, fuck, he's basically saying like, fuck you. Right.
Kind of like that. Kind of like
dude,
that.
I loved it. Like, and one of my favorite parts was like, he was like, yeah, we just want to play football. We'll play in the fucking park. And I don't think he said fuck, but he said, we'll play in the park right here in Charlotte against any team. You name the time. Right. And he's just, I love his attitude. I love his style. And he takes so much pride with Georgia Tech. You can tell they lose Buster Faulkner. He brings in George Godsey. George Godsey from the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, he's a former Georgia Tech guy too. Right. So he really loves this program and he surrounds himself with a bunch of guys that have history with Georgia Tech football. And I do like his DC hire, Jason Seymour, Charles Huff guy. Was that Southern Miss? Was that Marshall? I think that's a nice DC hire. And you still got Justice Haynes. You bring in Mendoza. I just think he's got an attitude about his team that it shows up, and he's a player's coach because he's been there. You look at the schedule. It's a great start. I think a little crazy with the 2 Power 5s in the non-con. You don't need to do that. Or I'm sorry, 3 Power 5s in the non-con because Georgia.
Colorado at home, Tennessee at home, which
I think they could win those games. Now, obviously Tennessee could catch them. It's kind of 50-50, but I think Tennessee, they're kind of banking on Aguilar getting that 7th year of eligibility. And that when that shit didn't fly, now they got to start a young kid. I think that what better time to get him than his second start of his career, whoever they decide to start. Home to Mercer. Mercer's breaking in a brand new head coach in the FCS. Then at Stanford. Okay, that game's terrifying because Stanford somehow they end up beating these teams that are good just because of the travel. But I think they could be 4-0. They're certainly better than Stanford on paper. Then bye week. Then they're home to Duke. I just picked in the Duke game. I said Georgia Tech will beat them. So let's just say 4-1 after that. Then at Virginia Tech. Okay. Great rivalry there. Remember when Virginia Tech had to wear the Georgia Tech jerseys? You remember that, Kramer? When Virginia Tech had to wear Georgia Tech's jerseys?
I just recently, I don't know why, maybe I saw a video on my feed or something, but I can visualize Sean Glenning walking out of the tunnel with, was it? Yeah, it was like Sean Glennon,
dude, and it was like with the it was like with the
it was the white marker. It was like a white jersey with like a blue, and they kind of wrote the names on. It was about as low rent as you can get. I forget what happened to the jerseys. They were like something happened to the bus, or they got stolen or something.
Yeah, I forget the whole story too. But I got them losing in Blacksburg. But man, home to Boston College, at Pitt, then home to Louisville, at Clemson. Okay, then home to Wake. But you only need 7 wins here. Like, okay, 7 wins. Let's say they lose to Tennessee, Colorado, Mercer, Stanford, Duke. That's 4. Boston College 5, right? Wake Forest 6, and then 1 upset elsewhere. He's been very good at upsetting teams. So I'm gonna.
Take just the end of the schedule is tough. Louisville at home, at Clemson, Wake at home, at Georgia.
Quick trivia: Fernando Mendoza and Alberto Mendoza both started for Christopher Columbus High School in Miami-Dade County for 2 seasons.
Correct.
Who had more state championships?
Alberto.
Colby?
I have to go Alberto.
He had 2. Fernando had 0.
Oh, wow.
Are we sure he's not better than his brother?
Kramer, you're on the over here?
I'm torn because I don't like Georgia Tech. I like the coach. And I don't like the schedule.
Schedule's tough.
You think they got 7 in there, Colby?
I just think like they're a pain in the ass to play. Losing Faulkner is big, but like I just
I'll say the same thing. Wasn't it a lot of Haynes? Like, wasn't it a lot the quarterback just being?
I think Mendoza's going to do that though. I think they're going to call QB powers all the time with Mendoza. He kind of fits the MO of what Haynes King does.
Under. I can't take an over on Georgia Tech.
Okay. Hey, speaking of under, what about underdog? Get in over on the dog app if you're watching live. Spreads money line parlays. They get you covered over on underdog, and of course, to pick them, you can play $5, get $50 in bonus funds available in so many states. But of course, Best Ball Mania getting ready. I've been doing the drafts. They're so fun. $25 entry fee. You can win $2 million to first place. Why not you? And start off. You play $5, you get $50. It's 2 free entries. 2 free shots at $2 million. Who doesn't want to dream big over on underdog? Use that promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. The Rhythm is gonna bet you picks, props, odds, totals. Rhythm has you covered. Great data, great models, and they help you by not only giving you winners with their models, but help you build your own model so you can find your own winners. They back test the model that you build, and build the model. You just basically adjust the stats and sliders on or you adjust the sliders on stats that matter to you, and they back test the data and tell you how that model would pay out. So really good tool, really helpful way to attack the numbers, and it's good to have numbers as part of your handicap. And obviously download Rhythm today, get your 7-day free trial, RITHMM, and get 25% off with the promo code SGPN25. That's RITHMM, promo code SGPN25.
Next up, we have Louisville, home to the UFL champion Kings. The college team here, who I feel like Colby, if I closed my eyes, I don't think I would visualize them as a team that has been 10 win, 8 win, 8 win, back at 8.5 coming into this season, sitting at plus 150 to the over, minus 185 to the under, 8-1 in the conference odds, which is the second shortest team we're going to talk about on part 1. 450 to make the playoff, and 1,250 to 1 to win the national championship. That I feel like that might not be correct. Colby, how are we feeling about our Louisville Cardinals this season?
Over. These overs continue to roll. Lincoln Keen.
Wow.
Lincoln Keenhold's backup Ohio State quarterback, but like highly recruited. I think he's better than Miller Moss was. So they got better at quarterback, and they still have one of the best running backs in the nation, and Isaac Brown. I like their receiver room. Getting Trey Richardson from Vanderbilt was a nice move. The O line is super experienced as far as starts in college football. So I like that. And the main thing is the schedule. The schedule is unbelievably kind, I think.
Yeah,
especially
5 ACC home games.
Well, the key is who they don't play. They don't play Miami. They don't play Clemson.
Very manageable schedule.
They don't play Virginia Tech.
They don't take a trip to California, which has bit them the past couple of years. How about I like them to beat Ole Miss week 1? I think Ole Miss is 7-point favorite. Play that. Get that bet in now. They're going to beat.
Is there any favorites you like week 1, Colby?
Let's get all these dogs in, right? Plus 225 on the money line.
Brom as a dog is awesome.
Hey, I like some dogs week 1. I'm just busting your chops.
Yeah.
Then you get Villanova at home, SMU at home. That's not the easiest. Wake Forest at home, winnable.
These are all winnable.
At NC State, Florida State.
Probably. I bet you they lose to NC State because Florida State's on deck.
Florida State at home. Should feel good about that one.
Syracuse is gonna be scrappy at home this year.
At Syracuse, bye week.
But even then, it's
Stanford you get at home, at Georgia Tech, at UNC, Pitt you're at least playing at home, and then at Kentucky to close it out.
Yeah, no, I mean I feel pretty good about like
you're getting plus odds. I'll take the over. I mean they've been pretty consistent here. They have 28 games they've won over the past 3 seasons. You get 5 ACC home games. You get that mobile quarterback that Colby was talking about, good in the Brom system. So they check enough boxes. Give me Louisville over.
Yeah, I mean, I think that schedule just works out like, okay, maybe SMU gets them, maybe NC State gets them, but finding 4 is pretty challenging to me. Like Georgia Tech, let's just say what SMU, NC State, Georgia Tech.
Well, they can lose 4. I mean, you got to find 5 losses.
No.
Oh, sorry.
They can only they have to.
My bad. I did the math wrong.
I mean, Braum is too good as a dog. He's awesome as a dog. Going back to when he was at Western Kentucky or Purdue. Well, you look at the games that they're going to be dogs in. It's probably, well, it's Ole Miss for sure because we know that, and it's probably at NC State. I don't know if they're dogs anymore. Maybe Georgia Tech. But so they're going to beat someone that you like. He does it every year. We have a pretty big track record of that. They'll probably take a blemish to like one of these random teams, but yeah.
Kramer, you always like
3.
Louisville.
Well, I was going to say, I think if I'm trying to be as conservative as possible, you got to say it from your diaphragm or whatever. I think you still have to worry. Like they have 3 road games down the stretch, and even though Kentucky, North Carolina, Georgia Tech, all winnable games, so you don't think they'll be dogs in any of those games, or just the Georgia Tech one, maybe?
I can see. I could.
So 5-2
State,
before the bye.
NC State, I think.
So 4. Oh, not, you don't think at Georgia Tech?
It depends, but
no, maybe not. You're right.
If they're at that record. If they're 7-1 or whatever, yeah. So anyway,
5-2 out of the gate, 4-1 down the stretch. But the road games concern me a little bit. I'm not sprinting to the window here.
Last team for part 1, the Miami Hurricanes.
F the U, as they say. Back to back 10-2 seasons. 10.5 is the win total this year. -110 each way. -135 to win the ACC. I mean, my God, -290 to make the playoff, +220 to miss the playoff for Miami. Sean, 12-1 to win the championship. This is a ridiculous amount of respect. Considering
they lost 9 players to the draft. Now they did steal the quarterback and receiver from Duke. They were +119 yards per game in ACC play. Incredible run last year. Carson Beck, obviously great season, covered against Indiana. Thank you. And one of some nice money line plays in the playoffs. They were a big dog against Ohio State.
Cristobal is still the head coach, right?
Yeah,
that's good for a loss, at least one.
I mean, even in their perfect season last year, they still were only 10-2, and there's just so many reasons to be skeptical with the changes, and just everything broke right for them last year. I think they easily lose 3 games here. Colby, where are you at with Miami?
Well, they still haven't won an ACC championship. How many years is it now?
Yeah.
And I actually think they did them a favor last year. Everyone talks about how like the ACC screwed, I think if they had to play Duke or Virginia or Georgia Tech, depending on how that tiebreaker
get in the playoff,
I don't know, they would have won that game. That's what I'm saying. Like I that was a cold ass day. I was there. I was at that game. December 7th. That was really fucking cold for Charlotte, North Carolina. So I don't know that they would have won that game. That was a blessing in disguise. And as much as I think Mensa is a beast and an upgrade, he also turns the ball over a lot though.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm still, you caught lightning in a bottle. All right. You recruit really well. You're killing it there. Sure. The schedule does break nice for him, but I still think at Clemson is a loss. I still think at Notre Dame, especially the fact you beat Notre Dame a year ago, but November 7th going to Notre Dame, I have as a loss. That's enough for me. And I'm not, James Franklin might get him by the time November 21st comes around.
What do you mean might?
Yeah. This is not an easy schedule at Stanford. Okay. Start out with that travel.
I think you would prefer that though. Like,
yeah,
I don't think that's
there early.
Yeah. That kind of actually breaks in their favor.
Florida A&M at home, at Wake. Okay. Central Michigan at home, at Clemson. Very losable game. Then you get the bye. Florida State at home.
They're going to win that game.
Pitt at home, winnable. But then at UNC, which could be kind of tricky as they have Notre Dame on the road on deck.
I can see that one.
And then after those 2 games, you get the revenge game for Duke. You get it in Miami. Then you get Virginia Tech at home, and you close out with Boston College. So I think 2 losses is pretty easy to get to with this Miami team.
Here's how I break it down. They lose to Clemson. They lose to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And they drop one of two. They either lose to Duke or Virginia. Yep. I think people are over. I think there's a lot of the.
You mean
some
Virginia
of the
Tech or Virginia?
Virginia Tech. Sorry. Weeks.
Ooh.
What did I say? You're hearing stuff. Relax. What I would point out is the level of dog that they lost to the NFL draft with, whether it be Bain or CC Maui Noah or even Carson Beck, who, I mean, a lot of that run was Carson Beck stepping up. They basically have Tony left over in a healthy recruiting class coming in.
He's a fucking beast though. Dude.
He really is. I mean,
yeah.
Unbelievable athlete, but as we've seen, he can be stopped. And I don't know where I'm at with the quarterback. So this is a very easy under. We might have to lock this one up.
Go Beavs reminded us of Malachi Tony. Yeah, maybe playing him on some touchdown props, but
or remember that he's related to Kadarius, and who knows if he's going to play another snap.
Going for
who knows if he's going to play another snap? He's going to school in Miami.
All right, time for some locks and a favorite future. Brought to you by Brocco, the sportsbook and casino that's available in a ton of states. Get you your 100% purchase match up to $100 and a 100% boost token. Download Brocco today, BRACCO, and use our promo code so they know we sent you. You get the sweet boost. SGPN is the promo code. Brocco is the app. Colby, let's go. What do you got here? Give us a couple locks in the future.
I'm going to lock up Clemson over 7.5 wins.
Okay.
I will also lock up Florida State under 6.5 wins.
Clemson over 6.5. Florida State under 6.5.
Florida State's not winning 7 games.
And sorry, Clemson was over 7.5. And what's your? Are we doing 3 locks?
3? Are we doing 3? 3? We can do 3.
Colby's in charge. He's the college
Colby.
guy.
You tell us 2 or 3.
Let's go 3. All right, go big. Give me Cal over 6.5 wins.
Yeah.
And the future is Louisville plus 800 to win the ACC. I think if Louisville plays Miami in the ACC championship, Louisville will be a dog. Brahms amazing as a dog, and Louisville. I mean, he has good success against Cristobal. So plus 800 to win the ACC. Let's ride with those cards.
Okay, for me, Clemson. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go.
You need a moment. I can. Mine are already prepared.
Cal over 6.5. FSU under 6.5. Miami under 10.5. And the future is Cal at 35-1. Just in case JKS really goes off, and we see these crazy tiebreakers. It would be a fun story. Tough road trip. Kramer, what are you doing? But Louisville's also a play for me. I'll toss Louisville in there. Kramer, what are you doing?
All right, we are gonna play. I'm gonna go backwards, but I think this Clemson conference price is silly. They reiterating the schedule. They get no one difficult on the road. Miami has to come to them. Their road conference games are at Cal. That might turn out to be the tricky one. At Florida State, at Syracuse, and at Duke. And this is a team. This is an ultimate Dabo chip on his shoulder. So I will take a piece of that 14-1 for Clemson to win the conference. My locks under on Florida State. That's the one we all have to agree on. I think that this is such an easy play to take the under on Miami with all the areas of regression, the leadership that left that locker room, and the fact that we know this is not a team that is getting leadership from the coaching staff. And little nugget, I mean, Coach O, I believe one of his sons works. One of his sons is, if not 2 of his sons are on the staff. He was around a lot. He's no longer around because he's been returned to his correct home of being the mascot of LSU. So a lot of reasons to take the under on Miami as well. And then I'll join. We'll make Cal another consensus play also. Let's go over stand with our guy Rolovich, and let's make sure we get the. Should we flag that as that Heisman ticket to go into the fund for this year?
Well, we're gonna do a Heisman episode, but JKS.
I'm just saying I'm gonna be there this weekend. I wouldn't mind getting that paper ticket in the fund early.
What about Mendoza?
What is he at?
I don't know, but back-to-back Mendozas. Let's go.
No. I'm telling
Kramer's
you,
at war with their family.
I get it. He probably hates his brother too.
Take me home.
No, those are two separate issues. You're trying to conflate.
Well,
dumb West Virginia.
They're
people.
similar in that they're in your crosshairs right now.
No. One is being annoying for being too smart, and one is annoying for being too dumb.
Okay,
I'll let you figure out which one's which.
I'm in a pickle.
Yeah.
All right. So you gave out 2 locks. Do you have a third, Brian?
Miami under.
Okay.
Florida State under and Cal under. Wait, do we have the same locks?
So you just copied my locks.
They're good locks.
Very smart. Very sharp of you.
Yeah, you want to make fun of them?
No, I think they're great locks. I agree.
Well, you made fun of my under ratio. Like 3 unders or 3 overs, 5 unders.
Yeah,
I did all right.
Colby with the a little less balance.
Well, you two donkeys. That's why
you tune in to part 2 of our ACC previews coming up next. Check out all our college football conference previews. We got a bunch out already. More to come, and tune in as always. Smash that subscribe button. Check out the college experience. 138 team previews. Answered all your questions and comments on Spotify. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
Just hit a 45-1 first goal score.
Oh my God.
Bing.
Kramer, let it ride.
I want a dick rubbed on me tonight.
By the way, I'm gay.
Make up and big move.